So today we're going to be reacting to some Letterboxd reviews. This first review is for Funny Games. Funny Games is actually my favorite movie. So the review reads, the antagonists are Beavis and Butthead fans. Um, One thing to note is that this is a German film, so they go, yeah, yeah, Beavis and Butthead, which is really funny and makes you forget that they're serial killers. The movie wasn't very funny. So this is a review for The Room. I used to think this flick was the paragon of humor as a kid. That was because of the mythos behind it. Plain and simple, The Room is boring, and it has only 3 funny moments. Sorry, meme culture, I just don't buy it. I agree. I used to also think that The Room was super funny, and I used to reenact scenes with it with my friend at school. And it's also like really boring. And Tommy Wiseau is like in the movie, like out of all the characters, he's in it like the least amount of times. So honestly, and he's the only good part. He's the only good part. So it's really just like bad actors and like a really boring script. Tommy Wiseau and kind of the behind the scenes stuff is what makes The Room interesting. But like on its own, it's just like just a bad movie. So just a review I found for El Topo. What really caught my eye is that this moron gave it 1 star. You can see over here, this is I rated I gave it 4.5. So I'm not gonna read all of this, but um, when I think of a single word I would use to describe El Topo, I would say almost. It's almost good. Oh, what the fuck does that mean? If it's almost good, doesn't that mean it's somewhat good? Every single scene has something good until it always veers off in the wrong direction. That's called subverting expectations. Anyway, this person clearly doesn't know what a good movie is if they think El Topo is bad. Um, they also probably are bitching about the symbolism in this movie, which people bitch about, but he's probably like a Neon Genesis fan that thinks the symbolism in that is like really smart and shit. So, yeah, this guy doesn't know anything about movies. So this next review is for There Will Be Blood. It says, it would be so cool to have a bowling alley in your house. So I never really thought about this. So the final part of the movie does take place. It is Daniel Plainview's home bowling alley, which is kind of cool. I mean, all the money in the world couldn't make him happy, but it could buy him a cool basement bowling alley, which is just cool. I guess I would be happy with that personally, but no. I guess I'm just different from him. The next review is for 200 Motels. 200 Motels is actually my favorite movie. There it says, may the Lord have mercy on the fate of this movie. Me watching a 2-hour documentary about Frank Zappa. This could have been longer. Me watching a 100-minute film by Frank Zappa. This is a lot. I wouldn't say 200 Motels is a lot. Um, but I think that if you complain about it, you're an idiot. It's a lot of awesome and cool stuff. And I really think this guy is probably just like a average documentary watcher. Documentaries are like for nerds, not like cool movies. So honestly, this guy should just stick to watching documentaries and leave the cool movie watching to us. So this guy wrote like an essay about Repo Man. Repo Man, a movie about like aliens. I don't really think this warrants, uh, like a college thesis. But I like Repo Man. I just don't feel like it needs to be overanalyzed. So just like Great Expectations freshman year, I'm not going to read all of this, but from what I lightly skimmed, he mentioned stuff about Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan would have not liked Repo Man because he was old and he sucked. So then this movie is awesome and cool. So I would have to disagree with this guy. I guess I don't know what his review was saying because I didn't read it. So now I'm gonna read a review for a movie I've never seen. The Godfather is a movie I don't plan on watching anytime soon or ever. So this review says it's no The Irishman. Yeah, it's not The Irishman, it's The Godfather. This person didn't know what they were watching. What an idiot. The next review is for Doctor Strangelove, or How Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. This is the only political movie that's like funny, and that's like, a political comedy that is funny. This movie came out like from my like grandparents' generation, and it's still funny. And like the South Park episodes about Trump that came out like 5 years ago are like already have lost so much relevancy. So this is a special film. Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying About Kubrick's other film and Love Him More. Um, yeah, Stanley Kubrick. Not the greatest of all time. I think Pixar makes better movies than him. I think this movie and Eyes Wide Shut are the only good movies he's ever made. So, for all you Kubrick heads out there, pick a new favorite director. He sucks. This is a review for A Trip to the Moon. A Trip to the Moon is my favorite movie. Really good. I think it's actually it's like one of the most influential movies of all time. Like The Shit Father, like who cares? I mean, The Trip to the Moon is way better. So this review says this is not what the moon is like. Half a star. You can clearly see they gave it 5 stars. So, clearly insane or a troll. This is gonna be it for reading Letterboxd reviews. If I've come to any conclusion, I realize that anyone who writes reviews on this site is stupid and wasting their time. Like, just watch movies and enjoy them, or don't enjoy them, but don't put like a one liner on a website for people to like read and criticize you on. Just watch movies. That's really the issue here. Well, people don't know how to enjoy stuff anymore.